What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Umensky. Back out with another video, and today we are doing yet another versus battle. And for those who are new to the channel or new to my versus battles in general, it is where we do a comparison between two movies in a franchise, whether the second one that's new is a prequel, remake, or sequel, or whatever. And we compare it to the first film, and we compare with a bunch of different categories and determine at the end which one is the best and has the most points going for it. And today we are doing it between The Accountant and The Accountant 2, which came out Friday, but I saw it Thursday. And I apologize to those in advance as well. I was actually supposed to do this video yesterday, but I forgot to, so I apologize for that. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, number two, also may be able to YouTube algorithm, and I recommend the video to more people, maybe they could join. That's it! And do feel free to comment your thoughts on which one is better down below. Alright, but with that being said, guys, let's get right to it. And we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total categories, and some of them are going to be judged from me, and then some of them are going to be judged by the scores on online. Alright, so the first category I have is the action. And I think both have really good action, but one of my flaws with both of the movies were, also as well, if you missed my 2 reviews for the Accountant movies, I have that as a playlist on my YouTube channel, along with a playlist of a bunch of versus battles as well. But both had great action, but one of my negatives with both of the movies is I wish there was more. And I think overall I'm going to actually give it to the first Accountant, because the second one you do certainly get it, but not as much. It's more focused on the buddy road trip movie between Jon Bernthal and Ben Affleck, where the first one is very much more like serious, and definitely, what is that in my window? Is that a frog? I can't even tell. Oh wow, there's a frog on my window. I'm not even kidding. Well, that's kind of ironic. Anyways, back to the video. Maybe he enjoys my videos too. And I'm not even kidding. I mean, look. See, there he is right there. Look, he's enjoying my videos. Anyways, back to the video. Alright, the next category I have in here is the pacing. Which one has better pacing? And I'm gonna give it to both of them. They're pretty much equal. Both, I think, do have some of it slow, some certainly slow moments. But other than that, really, I think it does pace the movie very, very well. I think overall, as a whole, though, this is a tough one for me. I'm gonna give it to the second film, just cause, in the first film, I did get bored with the accounting, which I know is a little hypocritical, because the main character is the accountant. So, like, not hypocritical, but, like, what were you expecting? Duh, there's got to be some accounting in it, right? So, but that bored me. And second one, you certainly do get that, but I don't think it's as slow as the first one. But I still really think the first one's well-paced as well. So, I'm going to give the point to The Accountant 2. Coming in at the next category I have is rewatchability. Which one do I personally want to rewatch soon, since I saw both of these for the first time? And they're pretty neck and neck. I'm going to go equal. I'm giving them both a point each, because I think the oh my gosh, I hold on a second. Okay, they're currently tied at 3 apiece, right? So I gave first film, the better action, I gave pacing. The second film, rewatchability, I give, so two each right now. Yes, so I honestly, they're equal. I kind of want to both revisit them again, especially back to back. Like when it comes out on physical media, I'll watch these two movies back to back, because that's how much I enjoyed them. So, yeah, pretty equal. So I'm gonna go 2 and 2. So they're tied right now. Next category I have is emotional moments. Certainly it didn't make me emotional, either of the movies, but around me, it did make the people around me emotional for the second film. And I won't spoil it here, but there's a scene near the end of the movie that, like, kind of ends things all together on a good note with what the villains ended up or were doing over these past few years, and they eventually maybe get their comeuppance. But my mom actually cried during that scene. I was going, that's interesting. I wouldn't have expected anyone to get emotional over that. Well, nah, I take that back. I wasn't expecting her specifically to get emotional over that. But yeah, she did. So I'm going to give the emotional moments to The Accountant 2. So currently, The Accountant 2 is in the lead with 3 points. Next category I have in here is better acting, and pretty much I can call it down the middle here. I'm giving them both points because both of them, actually, no. I'm gonna give it to the first film just because, don't get me wrong, they do good for what they're going for in the second film, where it's much more comedic than the first film, where it's more serious. But I think overall as a whole, I'm going the first film because they could just be going over the top for fun and our enjoyment for the second film. So I'm giving the edge to the first Accountant, actually. Better final act. And I mentioned earlier that the first film, I think, has the better action, and particularly with that final part of the movie. However, I like the ending of the second one a little bit more. Just because the big, no spoilers here, but the big twist reveal at the end of the first film, it makes you go, okay, that's where you're gonna end it, sure. Then they also have other twists that follow after that, where The Accountant 2 feels like it ends on a perfect note. With everything that it's set up. So, I'm going to give better final act to The Accountant 2. So, I'll go, so currently is 3-4. Accountant 2 still in the lead. Now the story. And so, both stories, I will admit, are stories you've seen before, where the first one is very Jason Bourne adjacent, if you will, where it's a runaway spy and people are chasing after them. So, but it is one of the better versions of those stories. As for The Accountant 2, it's a road trip movie. So, and we've seen even more of those than the Jason Bourne like spy movie things. So, I'm actually going to give it to The Accountant. So currently we have a tie. So now let's bring out my trusty little iPad, and we are going to be seeing our scores here for this video. So I have a couple different scores. So we have Rotten Tomatoes. So for the critics, The Accountant has a 53%. Let's see the audience real quick. 77% for the audience. So now let's check out The Accountant 2 on Rotten Tomatoes. So the second one has both better audience score and critic score, with it being at a 78% Rotten Tomatoes, so it's actually fresh this time around, unlike the first film. And for the audience, it actually has a 93%. So that's pretty good. So far, The Accountant 2 takes the lead and has 5 points. All right, let's go back to the first film here. IMDb for The Accountant is 7.3 out of 10. So Letterboxd, let's see, 3.3. Now let's check out The Accountant 2. Okay, so they're pretty much they're equal at 3.3. So you know what? Both of them get a point. I forgot to look up the IMDb score for The Accountant 2 as well. 7.3 out of 10. So they're neck and neck again, ironically. So there they go. Is that all the scores? Yes, that's and now we have another score too. And which one do I prefer? And I'm going to go yet again The Accountant 2. Just simply more my thing, more fun, more energetic, even though I do really respect the first film and can't wait to revisit that one as well. But, ladies and gentlemen, The Accountant 2 takes the victory, where the first Accountant has a total of 6 points. The Accountant 2 has a total of 9 points. So it's 3 points ahead. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below on which one you think is better. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.